Trader Joe's isn't just a grocery store, it's a damn cult. While their grocery stores are making you download their loyalty apps, you have to scan the QR code or UPCs just to get a discount while you're shopping, and they're at each other's throats just to fight for the lowest price. While Trader Joe's seems to be controlling the shoppers' minds with like $3 bottles of wine or seasonal pumpkin ravioli. How do they do this? Well, I'm always curious on going way too deep into unrelated things. So I wanted to get down on how does Trader Joe's do so well and how can we learn from this and use that in our own business. So how did Trader Joe's do this? They've mastered UX, psychology, and branding in a way that should be illegal. So if you run a business, whether it's SaaS, an online brand, even a coffee shop, you can steal their tactics. Let's break it down. First up, let's talk about the whole user experience or UX of this store. We all know it's cramped when you go in there, and I know when I go on the weekend, my giant ass is bumping shoulders with people, playing who's going to go where, and it gets stressful. But for Trader Joe's as a business, there's a reason to playing with me and everybody else, because small stores equal higher sales. Why is that? Because decision fatigue is reduced. There's fewer choices. There's faster decisions. I will say I find myself kind of going slowly through those aisles, looking at like the frozen stuff. And then they've got these snacks, oodles of snacks stacked right above. So while yes, this does work for them, for me, this is probably a personal problem, but I don't make fast decisions when I got a lot of options. And when I say a lot of options, I mean, it all just sounds so good. So, let's keep going. Thanks for bearing with me. The treasure hunt effect. We all like pirates, right? So stumbling on new finds equals impulse buying. And just like I said, I'm always finding snacks that I don't need. I'm always trying to get fatter when I'm there. Or I'm really finding things that are a little bit healthier and just things I just wouldn't normally see somewhere else because they're always transitioning things. And so high engagement by design with these tight spaces force people to pay attention. So what can you steal from this in your product or your business is, one, simplify choices. Whether that's like on your website, your pricing, your product lineup. Do you need 10 different packages or can you have 3? Think about these things, simplify, make people make obvious choices. 2, use a scarcity and novelty to encourage repeat visits. We all know how Trader Joe's likes to cycle things, and it makes things a novelty item, especially seasonal things. So use that scarcity to encourage repeat visits for your customers and keep them coming back again. And number 3, guide customers through an experience, not just options. So how can we make this experience catered to them? Remember, it's all about the user's experience, because if we have a good user experience, we're going to have a business that nails it. So we don't want to just keep giving them options for the sake of having options. We want to guide them through an experience that is useful to them, solving their problem. It's using these novelty things and simplified choices to help our business to hopefully drive those metrics in a way that we want, and maybe build a cult of our own. We all love sauce, right? Well, we're going to get into the secret sauce. That secret sauce for Trader Joe's is private label products. 80% of Trader Joe's products are their own brand. So when you're going through that store, casually browsing on a Saturday, maybe Sunday, you're going to see Trader Joe's everywhere. You're going to see that on a lot of their products. And you know what that means? That means that there's no price wars. You can't compare Trader Joe's almond butter to Skippy or the million other brands. Newsflash, I'm allergic to peanut butter. I don't know why I use that example, but you get the picture. When you're at a Kroger store, Safeway, whoever else, I don't want to call out too many enemies here because they're all watching, right? But the point is, there's a huge rack of shit. I know for me, well, I can't make up my mind when I'm looking at all these products, trying to figure out what the best price is. It makes things confusing. It slows the process down. Now with Trader Joe's, they don't have to compete with these different brands and have all these price wars. And it's really a smart move. And adding on to the secret sauce here, we have perception of quality. So a lot of what they do feels really curated, and it's not just shelf fillers. So when you're going to the store, everything is set up with a purpose, and since there is that smaller amount of room, they really do take the time to curate the selection and place things where you think, or where they think you will be thinking they belong. If that made sense, or if it didn't, let me know. The point is, it has that perception of quality, and really all of these private label products, they just use the same manufacturers of a lot of other companies, and they're pumping out the same quality, if not better, of, let's say, like Walmart's Great Value. At least Trader Joe's is using quality ingredients and keeping their foods that are their own brand at a certain quality. So there's that also then creates like this built-in loyalty. So if you love their cold brew, you're locked in. For me, there's plenty of things that I just don't even think about when I'm buying at Trader Joe's, if it has the name or not. I just have this conception in my mind that I know that it's going to be good, if the ingredients are going to be somewhat of quality. It's not like I'm taking a risk by shopping at another grocery store. And I'm not shitting on Walmart or whoever else. My parents love to shop at Winco and Walmart, and that's okay. I can only go to Trader Joe's when I, have the budget for it. But I know when I go there that I'm going to leave feeling good. I'm going to buy things that I feel good about. And so there it is. It's a smart move on their part, and they're not skimping on their products. So what can you steal from all of this? Hear me out. So control your products, private label, exclusive services, give things that exclusivity and control and limit, and make sure that perception feels quality. So if you have to focus on one thing or one service, hammer down on that, make it exclusive, make it great. And number 2 with this is reduce that decision paralysis. And again, like I just said, having just one option in the beginning is okay. That option is going to stand out. So continue to hammer and iterate on that, and just continue to make sure that's a perfect iterative product. And as you choose to expand, you can at least know that you have your flagship product or whatever that may be. I'm just using product as an example because we're talking about Trader Joe's. And then people start to know that your brand is reputable, it's quality, you're going to provide a great service, etc., etc. And the third thing with that you can steal is make your brand feel like the only option. So especially without sacrificing quality, right? Because we always want to buy something that we're confident about. That's just the psychology of it. So once you continue to deliver that service or that quality that people are used to, you're going to build that loyalty because you're not sacrificing it. You're not splitting yourself so thin. You're controlling what you're doing, and you're making it feel exclusive. I love getting into this. I love thinking about how people tick, how businesses tick. I love thinking about weird shit that normally people wouldn't go into the deepest, darkest crevices of how people think, because that's just interesting to me, and that's okay. So let's get into like these psychological tactics that drive sales. because we all want to drive sales, right? So with Trader Joe's, they have that FOMO, or fear of missing out. If y'all don't know, you guys should know what FOMO means by now. And scarcity. Very like, but they're constantly rotating products, and it equals like this panic buying. And I'm not talking like COVID, I'm buying all the toilet paper at Costco. I'm saying like, I'm there on Valentine's Day, or I'm there on Christmas or Thanksgiving. Oh, man, I remember Thanksgiving was a weird one. They have like stuffing flavored popcorn or something, I swear. But the point is you're going to see a lot of new and great things. They're always popping up. Ugh. But when you find that you really like something, or you see that thing come back, you're like, oh my God, I need to buy more of that. It's going to be gone soon. So you get into this flow of like scarcity, and you don't want to miss out on this. So you're stocking up and you're buying 2, 3. So it's really a smart upsell that, you know, people aren't even really thinking about. They're just kind of being subconsciously programmed whenever they go into a Trader Joe's. They're naturally stocking up on those things that they really enjoy. I know that I do that. Honestly, ask someone that goes to Trader Joe's, and I'm sure they're going to say the same thing. Like, I follow and done some research on people that have Instagrams or social media profiles just on Trader Joe's meals or shopping there. It's wild. There's a whole, like I said, it's a cult. I don't care what people say. It's a cult. But they're like always hitting on that, oh, this thing is here, get it now, love this, I bought 10 for myself, ha ha ha. Okay, so you see that there's some truth to this. So, okay, we hammered that point. I talked way too much. It's just what I do. So what the second thing here is social proof. Without the fake reviews, we don't have to worry about it. Trader Joe's is great with having this fan base. Like I just said, with those social media profiles, they do things on their own, like customer choice award signs that build trust. I love when I go in there and I'm always seeing signs of like, this is what our customers love the most. Because Trader Joe's, while they don't hammer on having a bunch of apps or websites or things like that, they're really good at making it customer focused and getting feedback from customers and commenting on these things on social media. So they are very present still, but they're almost like your best friend. And they're always getting that feedback from the customers. And just like something that Airbnb did when they released, one of our guest favorites list and guest favorites. So when I'm searching for an Airbnb and it's like, I'm not sure what to do, so let's listen to what the guests like the most instead of what Airbnb thinks, because we can't really trust those big companies, right? Ooh, that's a conspiracy maybe. But the point is, we can trust these things more that are these customer choice awards, and it builds trust. And building trust is essential when you have a business. Okay. Reciprocity principle. I'm so bad at saying this. I wrote it down, but it's the idea of, let's say like free samples, and it creates this guilt-free spending. When people give you free things, or when they offer you free help or things like that, you're more inclined to give back. That's just the psychology of it. It's like when you're creating content, you're giving away so much knowledge for free, you're going to come back to them. When I'm at Costco and I'm getting free samples of chicken nuggets or wontons, I'm going to probably go and look for those if I like them, and I'm going to go buy them. So it kind of makes for this, again, this guilt-free spending, because you feel good about getting this free thing and you're going to go buy it. And it's just really this subconscious thing. So it just kind of implants this thought inside the customer's head to go back, to look for it, to support it, to buy it. I think you get the picture. Trying not to ramble too much so I can make this understandable. So we got these psychology tactics. We kind of understand them through all my rambling. So what can we steal again is 1, offer limited time products or seasonal drops. I follow tons of clothing brands that do this now. It's insane. They have limited drops. You have like 10 seconds to buy these clothing collaborations and then they're gone. I hate that shit. I can never get what I want. But man, does it spark demand. 2, use customer-driven marketing. So crowdsourced votes, bestsellers. How can we get influencers to market our products? Like, how can we make this authentic and natural and real? People are using our things. They're actually liking this. They're consuming it. They're using it. Whatever kind of business or thing or service that you have, the more it shows those, I guess you could say almost like testimonials, the better, because it just seems so real. And you're not just saying, hey, trust us, we have this service, blah, 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 come buy this. When they have customers actually giving positive feedback and it's out there in the world to see, it's going to build trust. And I think you get the picture. And the third thing is give something small for free. It makes buying feel natural. This is just like in content marketing or marketing in general. Everybody's giving a freebie to collect an email. Everybody's giving away knowledge. There's that philosophy of just give. You will be out there repetitively in the world, so someone needs you. They will know you're there, and they will come to you. And I know that's debatable. Everybody has a different strategy or framework. I am just using that as an example. But don't be afraid to give something for free, to back your product, to guarantee it, and just build that trust. It's all about building trust. It's all about getting those customers buzzing. It's all about that scarcity and making limited time products and really get them coming back for more. You get the picture. Tap into those minds. Do that with your business. The whole premise of having a cult is creating this illusion. You want to get your followers hooked on your product, drinking the Kool-Aid. And I don't mean we're going to go on some mass murder spree or anything crazy like that. I'm just talking about as a business or as entrepreneurs or whatever we may be, how can we get people to feed off of our vision, right? So with Trader Joe's, they have no sales. They have no coupons. There's no fake discounts. It's really easy. You go in there, you purchase, you leave happy. Simple. There's this price anchoring, and that's like their $2 Chuck wine. We all remember, well, maybe you don't even drink wine, but anyways, people would go there for this super cheap wine, and they're just like, damn, this is such a quality product, this is good wine. And they became famous. There was this hype around this $2 Chuck wine, and it just makes everything else feel affordable. So we're focusing on that price. That's that anchor. Trader Joe's did it and it worked for them. They have other products they do this with. I'm just going to use the wine as the example because they create a lot of hype and buzz around that. They also have no discount gimmicks. So there's just everyday fair pricing that builds trust. So remember when I said they use like those white labels, they put everything under the Trader Joe's name, or private label, excuse me. With that, they're saving money. So they're cutting out the middleman on a lot of things, and they're just delivering everyday fair pricing that builds trust. So I know for me, I'm always scouring for a good deal and things like that. When I go to any other grocery store, I'm always looking for the sale tags, and I'm just sitting and staring at shit for way too long, and I get lost in the sauce again of just like what the best discount is, and I get trapped in that, and it slows my experience down. And the odd thing enough, just thinking about it now, is like when I'm at Trader Joe's, I'm kind of just throwing shit in my cart. So they do well at having this illusion. I just oddly don't even think about it. I just feel like I'm getting a good product, and I feel like I'm getting a good experience. So I'm just saying, from a personal standpoint, it's working, Trader Joe's. It's working. And one other item is this value perception. these $2.99 frozen meals, they just feel like a steal. You're going to go in there, you're going to see something that's really well priced. It's just going to feel like a steal because they're good. Me and my sister were trying to convince my mom of like, oh, just go to Trader Joe's. Like everything's such a good quality there. It's like once you start shopping there, and even I've had friends, they're just like, no, Trader Joe's everything. They're like, but I'm like, yeah, but if you go somewhere else, you can save more money, you guys. And they're like, no, you're spending the same if you go to Trader Joe's. Don't you know this? Just go there. It took me so long. I will say, I'm going on a tangent, but they were somewhat truthful. We've done a little bit of a comparison. For me, I buy a lot of proteins and meats and things like that, and sometimes buying smaller packages instead of in bulk doesn't work. I'm always trying to get, so strong, so I need to eat a lot of meat. God, I sound disgusting when I say shit like that. The whole point is, for the most part, they hit it on everything. They create that illusion that things aren't cheap. They aren't crap quality. They're all at a golden standard. And having those price anchors of other things like the $2 chuck and things like that, there's still people believe that those are quality, and they still are quality. So again, what can we steal from this? Well, I'm glad you asked. All right. Use one cheap standout item to set the tone. Some people call that a lost lead or lost leader. This yoga studio near me was doing $5 karma yoga where you don't need an expensive membership to go, but it got me going. I'm just trying new things. I don't know. But I would go there because I have to spend $5 for like an hour session of yoga instead of committing to this huge membership. I'm not even sure yoga's for me. I just need some zen and flexibility. So Trader Joe's doesn't just do that. You can do it too. Brainstorm how you can do that with your business and take it from there. I trust you can do this. Number 2, skip fake discounts. Focus on honest pricing. I will be shopping on for example, I'll be shopping on Amazon sometimes, and we're just like, we see this low price on something. We're like, wow, this is like 80% less than everything. Why is this such a, you're instantly, the red alert goes off, and then I go on there and I see, oh, the shipping. What? Holy shit, this is like $20 shipping. They create this, it's almost like, and then I feel like it's a lie. They tricked me, and of course I'm never going to buy this, but for the people that don't notice that, joke's on you. So I don't know if that example even helps, but skip fake discounts. Be honest with your pricing. Transparency, again, is crucial. Number 3, emphasize value over cost. Bundling, exclusivity, things like that. Make sure people are getting value and you're delivering value, and it's not just the cost. I will say that can mean a lot of different things for other people. Take it with a grain of salt, but you want to create this illusion that things may feel cheap and affordable, and while they may be or may not be, they are still quality. Wrapping all this into one pretty sexy little summary for you. The final thoughts, why this works. 1, less friction equals easier buying decisions. Easy enough. 2, shopping feels engaging and personal. 3, they leverage human psychology to build an addictive experience. Now, with those 3 things, let your imagination go wild. How can you frame that for your own business? Perfect. That's what works for Trader Joe's. It may not work for you. Now, look at your business and think about these things. Are you overwhelming customers with too many choices? Are you making them second guess their purchases? And 3, Are you creating delightful moments that keep them coming back? Trader Joe's does these things. That's why they win. Now you can too. Thank you for listening. I had a little bit of fun thinking about these unusual quirks, and I would really love your guys' feedback if you found this insightful, if I talked way too much and confused you all in certain parts, or if I could simplify this. Let me know. I love some grilling. I don't mean just on the barbecue. So, what should I go deep on next? Drop your ideas in the comments. Let me know. We'll be talking soon. I know you all missed me. Have a good day, night, wherever you are. Later, Gator.